So conventional marketing advice says you must be consistent in your visibility. But what if that's not the way that you are designed to succeed in business? I found this was the case for me, and I want to share how I came to this realization. So first of all, like you, like many of us, I was just following the mainstream conventional advice that you got to be consistent, you got to keep showing up. And when I would get notifications on my phone from Facebook and things like that said, oh, you haven't shared something with on your Facebook page for 2 days or something, I'd be like, oh my God, I need to do something. And so, that sort of low-level panic always there with that need to like be consistent, share something, say something, whatever. Now, where I started to think differently about this is when I came across a body of work called the Creator Types. And what I learned, and it was only a snippet of information that I got from this part of my profile, and it's actually got to do with my body shape, okay? So one of my creator types is called the whirlwind. And if you think about the nature of a whirlwind, it's sporadic. It comes in bursts. It's not consistent. It's not always there. And so this is how we can start to understand that our body is also part of nature, and our physiology is telling us things about how we are designed to succeed. So when I found this out, I started thinking, it's interesting. About every 2 to 3 weeks, I am sharing something, and this is going back actually about 5 years ago, on social media that is highly resonant. People seem to want to talk about it, comment without any encouragement from me. And it was interesting to realize it was that far apart. It was like 2 to 3 weeks. It's like, whoa, okay. And then I'm like, okay, so what's happening in between that? Because I'm also posting in between that. What's going on there? And I was like, well, I'm just creating noise like everyone else. And so I decided on this day, well, what if I just posted when I felt really inspired? What if I just aimed for potency rather than consistency? And I have actually found that that has worked really, really well for me. Now, what's interesting is there's other parts of my life where consistency works beautifully. I don't know why, it's just a different vibe, like my morning practice. Some of these sort of self-care things, they work really, really well. And even I'm getting into exercise now more consistently. That feels really good in my body. So somehow that works. But trying to be consistent in my business in this visibility sense, it didn't. So what I want to or who I want to introduce you to now is the inventor of the creator types. Her name is Ahara, and I'm going to share with you a conversation that we just had this morning. And I think that you'll find it really helpful. And I'm sure you'll be wondering, what is your own creator type? So enjoy this conversation. Highly resonant, that people just want to comment on without me saying, can you comment? They just want to engage with it. So it's like it just seems to work like that for me. And then I'm like, well, what's happening in between? What am I doing in between those like really highly resonant posts? And I'm like, I don't know, making noise like everyone else. So that is sort of something that really started to change how I viewed consistency, and helped me let myself off the hook. And it also connected me with this idea of potency. So my thing is, I'd rather be potent than consistent. And so I've shared this a few times with people in relation to the creator types, and like I'm sure everyone is hoping that they are also a whirlwind, because they also can get off the hook. But anyway, I want to bring in Ahara now. And Ahara, can you just share a little bit about whatever you feel to share right now, actually, in response to what I've just said, and let's talk a bit about the whirlwind in the creator types.
Yes, well, you did say that, oh, everyone would want to be a whirlwind, but that's actually not true, because some people would find that like extra pressure. Oh my God, I've got a 2-week build up and then I've got to say something really potent. But for you as a whirlwind, that's completely natural. And that is the entire point of the creator types. So the creator types give you an insight into your nature and how you're built physically to operate like nature. So we all know what a whirlwind does. It whips up a storm. It creates a frenzy. It's uplifting. It creates like a feeling of inspiration and disperses energy. So it cannot do what it does if it's being consistent all the time. So it picks up speed and then it comes down again, and it picks up speed and it comes down again. That is the nature of a whirlwind. So you are built like that. And to give people a bit of an insight who can only see above the shoulders, Dani has very broad shoulders. And that is how a whirlwind is shaped, is like an upside down triangle.
It's interesting because this shirt makes my shoulders look even wider, but yeah, it's like I've got like I'm a bit of a inverted triangle, right?
That's it. Yeah. So of course, like aerodynamically and by the laws of physics, you're going to operate your body in a certain pattern, right? Someone who is, say, let's go the complete opposite of a whirlwind in terms of speed would be a soil creator. Just to give some contrast, a soil is, of course, all at one level. It's very grounded, very solid, and consistent. So it doesn't shift, right? And so a soil body is actually bottom heavy because they're designed to ground and stabilize. And so a soil, for example, just wants to get off the ground. They want some structure. They want a framework. That's why they go really well with trees, because they're looking for change and looking for a plan. So they are more designed for consistency. So we look at all of these contrasts in nature, and then humans are just a reflection of that. And it is such an easier path when we know this about ourselves.
Yeah. All right. So after watching this, if you're wondering how you can find out about your creator types, then watch this space, because Creator Types is about to make its debut into the world of quiet marketing, and it will be part of my upcoming program, Discoverability by Design. So look out for the link to that program in the description below.